a labor of love that Steve Collins and I started really about a year ago. Steve came to me with the concept of putting together that first image that I showed you, and really this is the opening night of this exhibit that's going to run for 3 weeks here at the Hourglass Art and Wine Gallery in Rancho Cucamonga. We've got the red carpet. The guests are going to...
We the business. B-I-Z-N-E-S. If y'all didn't know, the B stands for the best. It's a music, fashion, health equals politics. You need the scoop, open the page.
My name is Kenneth B. Morris Jr., and I am the great-great-great-grandson of Frederick Douglass, and I'm also the great-great-grandson of Booker T. Washington and president of the Frederick Douglass Family Foundation.
The B stands for the best. It's a music, fashion, health equals politics. You need the scoop, open the page.
Tonight we're putting together a modern-day slavery awareness exhibit here at the Hourglass Art and Wine Gallery in Rancho Cucamonga. And I just wanted to show you a couple of the pieces that were the first in the collection of artist Stephen James Collins. And what he wanted to do was he wanted to tie in history, the history of traditional slavery in our country, legal state-sanctioned slavery, and then transition into this modern-day human rights issue of human trafficking, modern-day slavery. So the first image that he created, in fact, Steve came to me and he said, I have this concept that I'd like to do with you and your ancestors. And he drew this on a napkin, and on the napkin there was he did a sketch of me, and then over my shoulders he had my ancestors, Booker T. Washington and Frederick Douglass, and the idea was to have their hands on my shoulder, really supporting the work that I do as a modern-day human rights activist. So this is the completed image here, or the piece, and if you look here to the left, you see inspired by the past, and that's an image of the slavery that we're most familiar with, and then we transition into today's slavery, and this depicts a sex slave. And Steve always likes to throw something interesting into the pieces, into his creations. And the interesting part about this is that this is my daughter, who is 16 years old now, Jenna. And as we'll learn tonight, the average age that a young girl is forced into teen prostitution in the United States is 13 years old. So this is very representative of what we might see here in the U.S. And then, of course, you see the great abolitionist Frederick Douglass on my right, and then Booker T. Washington, the great educator, on my left. And the caption, or the heading, is Abolition Through Education, which talks about...
What's the deal? We keep it real. Who are we? Well, let me tell you how I feel. Seasonally, that's winter, spring, summer, fall. You get to see the business, talk about it all, from the White House to the White Ball, from the red carpet to the runway in the mall. We are everywhere, every place, and everything.
Second image in the gallery. This was created in Maysville, Kentucky. Steve Collins and I traveled back to Maysville to interview and photograph historian Jerry Gore. And Jerry is the co-founder of the National Underground Railroad Museum. And in this image, what is being depicted, through Mr. Gore, we hear the voices of enslaved Africans who really risked everything to achieve their freedom. And
open the page and you will see that we don't play, and this ain't a game, and like no other, we do nothing the same. The business what it is, so tell me what it isn't. Sing along, go ahead and shout our name. It's the B-I-Z-N-E. S. If y'all didn't know that the B stands for the best, well, B-I-Z-N-E, S. If y'all didn't know that the B stands for the best, you should. B-I-Z-N-E, S. If y'all didn't know the B stands for the best, B-I-Z-N-E, S. If y'all didn't know, well, put us to the test, like. We the business.